It's story time, and today we're going to read about Geronimo, the penguin who thought he could fly. Let's get started. At the bottomless bottom of the world lived a huge colony of emperor penguins. All the eggs were being kept warm by their dads. When one baby penguin hatched, his name was Geronimo, this cute little small baby. Let's fly, he announced, flapping his wings as fast as he could. Penguins can't fly, son, replied his dad. Of course that they can. Otherwise, what have we got wings for? Watch! With his feet as skis, the baby penguin used the snowy slope as a runway. Geronimo, he cried as he sped faster and faster. He hit a bump and took off. Whizz. Few glorious seconds later, Geronimo sailed in the air. Dad, look, I can fly! The baby frantically flipped his wings before dropping through the air like a stone. He landed in freezing cold sea with a plop. You see, son, penguins can't fly, said Dad. Geronimo looks sad. But it's all I dream about, Dad. There must be a way for my dream to come true. Geronimo spied an elephant seal dozing on the ice. He leaped on this elephant's wobbly big tummy to use it as trampoline to launch himself in the air. Dad, look, I can fly, Dad, said Geronimo, before he landed in the deep snow with a thud. Next, Geronimo paddled to sea, clambered on top of the blue whale, sitting right on top of his blue whale. Split! Air shot up Geronimo's bottom and blasted into the sky like a rocket. Dad, look, I can fly, I can fly. As soon as the whale stopped blowing, Geronimo plummeted. The angry whale flicked his tail, swish, battling the little penguin across the sky. Dad, look, I can. But before he could say fly, he slammed straight into an iceberg. Doof. His dad had to give him beak to beak resuscitation. It's time to give up on your dreams, son. Never, Dad. Dreams can come true, I know it. Every night when Dad tucked Geronimo under the ice sheet, the baby penguin would dream, or the same dream, a flight of soaring high in the air, swooping and twirling, touching the clouds, and thought he's the king of the sky. Dad had that dream too when he was young. The next morning, Geronimo leaped on back of an unsuspecting albatross. See, so this is an albatross and he is mounted on an albatross. The overloaded albatross crashed head first into a pool of baby seal, knocking them into a sea like bowling pins. Boom, boom, splash, splash, splosh. The emperor penguin turned to Dad. You have to tell your son, once and for all, penguins can't fly. With a heavy heart, Dad told his son, no more trying to fly, Geronimo. The dream is over. Dad felt awful as a single tear fell down his son's face. So awful that later that night, while Geronimo was sleeping, he called a meeting of the whole colony. Fellow penguins, are we sure it is absolutely impossible for us to fly? Yes, of course, barked the emperor penguin. There must be a way, exclaimed Dad. No, never, fool. Didn't you ever dream of flying? Asked Dad. This silenced the whole colony. Everybody started thinking and remembering of the days when they were young. Let's put our bird brains together and see, said Dad. That's exactly what they did. By the time the sun came up, the colony had a plan. When Geronimo woke up that morning, the strangest sight greeted him. The entire colony of penguins were upside down. Can you see? All the penguins are upside down. What's happened? Asked Geronimo. What do you mean? What's happened? Replied Dad. Who, like all others, was standing on his head. You all are upside down, Geronimo said. No, you are upside down. Come, jump off this ice and you will soar in the sky. So the dad pointed out at the tip of the ice and said, Geronimo, just jump off the tip and you will land in the sky. You know what? It was not sky. His dad had a plan, remember? It was actually sea. Okay, don't tell this to Geronimo. He don't know that because he's small, na? Now come on, Geronimo, said Dad. Show us that dreams can really come true. That penguins really can fly. So that made Geronimo made a huge leap. Can you see Geronimo is jumping into the water? Splash! The water splashed everywhere. The little penguin flapped his wings and zoomed to the water, thinking it is a sky. I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. See, he's so happy. He's thinking that he can fly. He's waving in the water and thinking it is a sky. So funny, his dad is so cute. On Dad's signal, the whole colony dived into splish, splash, splosh, splish, splash, splosh. See, can you see all the penguins have dived in? Dad held Son's hand and the pair shared a smile. Together they looped the loop, very nearly bumping into an iceberg. Be careful of the clouds, called out the Son. He's just making it up because there is no cloud inside the sea, right? We know that. They passed a killer whale. Dad, why is that whale floating upside down? Asked Jerome. He must have jumped, said Dad. Oh. Dad watched with pride as his son soared up and up and up. Dad, look, I can fly. He became so happy that he could finally fly. See, he said, I am the king of the sky. Sometimes, with a little help and some upside down penguins, dreams really come true. So we should never stop dreaming. See, the little penguin, he could fly. But you know the reality? His father helped him so that his dreams can come true. So we should love our parents because our parents do everything possible in their command to help us achieve our dreams. Thank you so much. Happy reading. Bye bye.